Matter of fact, I'll add to what I was saying in the previous video um, when I was outside. Put it this way. There's two types of people, although one person can transition into the other. But I'll get to that. There's two types of people. There's the ones with that mentality that I was just speaking about if you can't handle me at my worst right now, then you don't deserve me at my best. You know, looking at the other person outside of them saying you, instead of looking in. And then you got the person who's looking in, and they're doing the work, and they're on the journey to self-love. Now, that person on that journey to self-love, part of that journey is, and you'll learn, for those of you who haven't gone on the journey yet or just started, that as you go along, you have to, part of that journey is you got to look at the energies around you that you're surrounding yourself with. And this could be people, places, things, anything. And you got to observe everything and how it affects you. And if you are around people who are in a low vibrational state and you're trying to vibrate higher, let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep elevating. Don't worry about losing people, and you'll learn that too along the way. And you're going to, as you're vibrating higher than them, you're going to elevate right out of their reality. And they're going to fall out of yours. You guys are not on the same vibrational level, so it's going to vibrate right out of existence from each other. Okay? So that person has to accept that and accept higher vibrational energies coming in or that they have attracted. Now, let's take a look at the other person with the other mentality real quick. And I'll tie it together after. Let's take a look at the person with that mentality of, if you can't handle me now at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. You, like, speaking to the person, you have no idea yet that the journey within, because right now you're speaking external. I hear external a lot. If you don't, then you don't deserve me. You know, there's no sense of mirror, self-observation. So therefore, you haven't even begun that journey yet. So that's why you don't understand the person that has to vibrate out of your existence, because of the self-destructive or self-sabotaging behaviors that you're doing. The low vibrational energies. You know, when you're vibrating low, you're living, basically, you're making your thoughts and decisions out of fear, out of doubt, out of pride, ego, things like that, anger. That's what I mean by low. Higher vibrations are more pure, like love and gratitude and good things like that, integrity, dignity, self-respect, self-love, self-acceptance, self-transformation, self-mastery. Those are all high vibrational perceptions, feelings, and ways of attracting more of that. Now, it's always a journey from one to the other, hopefully from the low to the high, although you have highs and lows. But in this sense, we're talking from low to high. Now, that person who has that victim mentality of always looking external, you haven't, from what you're saying, I can already tell by observing the words that are coming out of your mouth that you haven't started that journey yet to say that. Or here's another way you could look at it. Maybe the person that's saying, if you don't deserve me at my worst, if you can't deal with me at my worst and you don't deserve me at my best, try saying that in the mirror to yourself. Maybe it's a message to you, to yourself, saying, well, if I can't accept myself at my worst, then I can't transform myself into my best. Because of course, the road to self-transformation can involve denial. You can't deny it. You can't resent it. You got to fully accept yourself in order to transcend a behavior, perception, or emotion, or a vibration. Try looking at it that way. Maybe it's really you that you're talking to and you don't know it yet. You're not aware of it yet, so you are externally expressing it. Maybe it's really you that needs to accept yourself, for better or for worse, in order to transcend to a better you, or ascend. Because the person who vibrated out of your existence for you to say that, they did both of you a favor, especially them. And you could say, for those of you who don't understand that yet, you guys can call that selfish, but know that that's only a reflection of your state of mind, not what's actually going on with that person. That person who is on the journey to self-love has to protect their own energy first. And if that means moving away from those who have destructive behavior or things like that they don't no longer want to vibrate out and they want to change, then you got to remove yourself. And for those of you who are doing that, I applaud you. Keep going, because it's not a easy journey to do. But you keep moving away from those things that are bringing you down. That's all a part of this. That's why there's a part of this journey that can get lonely, because you have to remove yourself from all that you're around in order for you to give yourself a chance to become. You can't become anything by being around the same thing. That's insanity. You're expecting a different result from being the same thing, the same behaviors, the same routine, the same people, same conversations. But you're expecting a different result, something to miraculously happen. It's not going to happen. You're just going insane. You're losing your sanity by definition. So embrace it. Embrace the journey. Embrace those who come and go, and learn to embrace yourself.